Warning, the following video contains a really awesome tutorial. If you have brain issues and do not want to learn stuff, then make sure you close YouTube, unsubscribe, and get the fuck out.
Hey, what's going on guys, Darius here, and today I have a new tutorial, and this one's going to be on making fire animals, and this works with any animal, and you can use it also for other things like people or cars, plants, whatever you want. Just to give you an idea, like you could make a fire rose or a fire butterfly or something. Just be creative with it. Okay, so let's start with the tutorial. It's actually easier than it looks. Okay, so I'm going to head on in Photoshop, and for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use the stock of a tiger. So I have a cutout tiger here. Make sure your tiger is also cut out, like it has no background. And to this tiger, we have to make some adjustments. So the first thing that we're going to do is desaturate it. So we're going to select the tiger layer, and we're going to go to Image, Adjustment, and then Desaturate. And now we're going to go here to the Adjustments panel here, and we're going to select Levels. And we're going to pump up the whites, pump up the midtones, pump it down a bit, and this dark levels here, the last icon here, we're going to drag it down like this. And now we're going to have to go to brightness and contrast and just lower the contrast a bit. There we go. And just make sure you have a clear black and white shape of the tiger. And now we're going to go to the adjustments panel here again, and we're going to select invert. And it's really important that your image is inverted. So now I'm going to select all the layers, holding Control on the keyboard and right-clicking them. And then now I'm going to right-click all the layers and select Merge Layers. And this is going to merge our layers. And now we have to go into the Channels panel, and while holding Control on your keyboard, and you must click this thumbnail here. You must click this thumbnail here, the RGB thumbnail, and it's going to just going to select the area of the tiger, the white parts. And I'm going to copy this, Control C on the keyboard, and I'm going to make a new file. And let's see, I'm going to select a YouTube thumb size. Doesn't really matter. This is going to be the size of your manipulation. And make sure the background is set to black when you do it. So I'm just going to grab my bucket tool, and I'm going to go to layers and fill the background with black. The black just enhances the effect more and makes it look more luminous. So I'm going to paste my tiger here, and as you can see, we have a black and white tiger, and I'm going to resize it by pressing Control T on the keyboard, and I'm going to make it just a bit smaller. Make sure you hold Shift when you resize the tiger, so it maintains the proportions. There we go. I'm going to put it here. And now the next thing that we have to do is click on this square here, and it's going to lock the transparent pixels. And this will allow us to modify the color of the tiger and just within the tiger. So I'm going to select my brush tool now, a big size one, and I'm going to select this yellow here, and I'm going to paint over the tiger. This is what color is this? Light yellow. Okay. And now I'm going to untick this, and let's name this layer Tiger Render. There we go. And now I'm gonna have to double click this tiger render, and I'm going to go to Outer Glow and select red as a color, and I'm going to put the opacity to about 50, 51. Yeah, this should do, and then OK. And now I'm going to grab this, what is this, light yellow orange color, and I'm going to I'm going to have to lock the transparent pixels again, and just brush around like the legs and the tail with a big soft brush. And this one's going to enhance the image a bit, just added a bit more red edges, you know. And now we can actually move the tiger about here. Okay, so let's just zoom in a bit and see how it looks, and it's pretty good so far. A thing that we have to do now is add the fire, and how are we going to do this? So I have a fire stock on my desktop, and I'm just going to drag it in Photoshop. And you can just Google these. They're all over the place. Just Google for fire stocks, and you're gonna find a lot of fire. So you don't have to use this one necessarily. You can use whatever fire you want. Anyway, I'm gonna go to my channels, and I'm going to select the green channel, and I'm going to click on the circle here, and it's going to select a certain area of the fire. Now I'm gonna unhide the RGB layer here, and I'm going to go to layers, and then I'm going to make a copy of this background layer, and I'm going to press Control C on the keyboard and then Control V, and this is going to make a copy of the fire, and it's transparent now, and now we can use it with the transparency. So I'm gonna just copy all this, and I'm going to paste it on the tiger, and as you can see, it's pretty awesome, looks good, and it's transparent. Okay, now I'm going to make this a smart object so we can resize it without losing quality. And now all that we have to do is just make it a bit smaller and just paste it around the tiger. And it doesn't really matter how you paste this because it's going to get erased anyway in the end. So just place it all around the place like this, and you're going to erase it later. Let me just put this like here, like so. Just going to flip it. So it's not that hard, guys, just a little bit of patience and you can do basically any photo manipulation you want. Make sure to look tutorials online a lot, like that's what I do when I need some inspiration or I need to learn something, because when I learn to do photo manipulations and stuff, I didn't learn on my own. I got help from tutorials online and stuff. So make sure that you guys do the same. Okay, so back to the tiger now. As you can see, I pasted around it like so. And I just covered it in fire. And as you can see, I stood within the edges because uh, only the fire is going to be only around the tiger. Let me just make another copy here and just put it here where it's missing, like so. There we go. And another one here. And where else? Did we miss something? Ooh, the tail, of course. Okay. And run right about here. Okay, so now our tiger is covered in flames, and now we have to erase the extra flames that we don't need. So how do we do this? First, let's make these layers editable. So I'm going to select the last layer on top, and then I'm going to go to the bottom to the first layer, layer 1, and I'm going to hold Shift and click here, and it's going to select all the above layers. It's like the file system in the Windows. Uh, that's it works on all computers, and yeah. And now I'm going to right click and select rasterize layers, and now right click again and select merge layers, and now we have the entire fire on one layer. So now I'm going to grab a soft brush tool about size 20, hardness 0, and I'm going to just erase where I don't want the fire to hit, like on the tiger's face, for example. I want it clear from the fire. And oops, I just undo that. So I'm going to just fast forward this video a bit, and I'm going to erase the parts that are not necessary, because I'm not gonna stand here for 10 minutes erasing and not seeing anything. So I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I just erased the unnecessary big flames that were around the tiger, and I just left it with like this border here, and I'm just gonna hide that, and I'm going to put this on screen. And right here in the new group, I actually additionally made some added some big flames to the tiger, which is actually just this normal flame that we've been using around the tiger so far, and I felt like the tiger needs more more bigger flames around it, so I just added like a flame here or a flame here on the tail, and it's the same flame, it's just erased like I did with the borders. Um, and right now, let's just leave these big flames. You can experiment with them as much as you want to. And there's only two last steps that we need to do for this manipulation. We're going to select the tiger here, and I'm sorry, the background, and we're going to make a new layer above the background, but behind the tiger render. And you're going to select a big 1500 pixel brush, and you're going to select this color here, which is darker red, and you're going to just click once in the middle. And as you can see, the red in the background just enhances the lights on the target and just makes it more luminous. And to make it even more luminous, we're going to select the tiger render, and we're going to click here and select levels, and we're going to play with the levels around and just enhance the whites here. Just going to pop it up more, 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 and as you can see right now, it's really, really luminous. Let's just make the background, the red background, just a bit bigger. I press Control T on the keyboard and just make it a bit more bigger like this. Just gonna center it like this and press enter. And that looks fantastic. That looks actually really, really good. And remember that this works with anything you want. You can make a flaming house, you can make a rose, a butterfly, anything you want. Remember that additionally you can add some smoke or like a charcoal background. That's about it for the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in so long. It's because I had artist block, and it's quite a hassle for me when I have those, and it actually takes longer for me. I've had longer artist blocks, like took months, and it was horrible. But yeah, I'm glad I got my mojo back, and it's also thanks to you guys because you suggest in the comments and PM me on Skype or something with ideas. So just thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to like the video, subscribe, and favorite it if you really liked the tutorial.